Hi learners, we are on Module 1, Lesson 13, and let's take a look at our I can statement. It says, I can interpret the quotient as the number of groups or the number of objects in each group using units of 3. So I can understand the quotient or answer in a division equation as the number of groups or the number of objects in each group. In third grade, we've heard those phrases a lot. So we're either looking for the number of groups or how many are in each group, using units of 3 this time. All right, here we go. So let's count by threes. They're up on the screen for you. So I just want you, it gets us a good start. So we're going to count by threes. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and we're going to keep going to 30. 21, 24, 27, 30. All right, now we're going to go backward from 30. Are you ready? 30, 27, 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3. All right, nicely done, learners. Warming up those brains. All right, say the multiplication sentence. Right now, say it aloud where you are. Okay, it's 2 times 3. And you could read that as 2 times 3, or 2 groups of 3, or even 2 threes. And we know that 2 groups of 3 would give us 6. So now on your personal whiteboard, can you write the equation and fill in the blank, this division equation? So I'll pause it now so you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to show. You should have filled in that blank with a 6 in this fact family that we have, with 2, 3, and 6 as our factors. We put the greater number, the greatest number at the beginning of our division equation. So 6 divided by 3 equals 2. We just turn things around. Can you think of another multiplication and division sentence that could belong in this fact family? Think about that for a second. What if I said commutative property? Now are you seeing another equation? Okay, hopefully you're thinking 3 times 2 would also give me 6. And maybe you're not as familiar with how to turn around a division sentence. So for this, we know with division, the greatest number has to stay at the beginning. So it would stay here. So we're talking about these two. These would flip places. So you could also do 6 divided into 2 equal groups would have 3 in each group. All right, we have our application problem. It says Mark spends $16 on 2 video games. Each game costs the same amount. Find the cost of each game. All right, I want you to pause it here, and when we come back, I will solve this with you. Okay, the problem says Mark spends $16 on 2 video games. Each game costs the same amount. Find the cost of each game. We know the total he spends, and we also know how many games. So I know I have 2 games, so there are 2 parts, and I need to know how much he spends on each of them. I don't know how much he spends on each. That is my unknown. So I put a question mark because I don't know it, and then I'm going to put $, blank, each. Okay, so I only did that because I didn't want it to be confusing with the $sign and my question mark here, but you can definitely put your question mark right here. This is what you don't know. What I do know is that he has $16 total, and he's going to buy 2 video games. Okay, let's solve to find it. I need to sort my 16 total dollars into these 2 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, how many do I have for each? So with our read, draw, and write process, we read the problem. I read it a couple times. I drew to find my solution. And now, what am I going to write? Well, I would like to write a division sentence that said he had $16 divided by the 2 total games. Meant he spent $8 on each game. And I could also write a sentence that said Mark spent $8 on each game. In this problem, it says 3 students equally share a pack of 12 pencils. Well, this tape diagram has been started for us. Let's look at the different parts. If my menu would go away so we can see it. Wait for it. Okay, so we know that right here it says 12 pencils. I know I had a pack of 12 pencils. But right here, I have 3 boxes. How did I know how to put 3 boxes here? Oh, because it says 3 students. And my problem, 3 students equally share a pack of 12 pencils. Okay. But then I have this up here, this question mark and pencils. So this question mark tells me this is my missing information. This is what I do not know, or we call it the unknown. This is our missing information. So learners, what am I missing? Well, I don't know how many pencils each student would get. Right now, I'd like you to pause this. Oh, erase your whiteboard if you already have things written on it. Erase it. Okay, and now pause and work on writing a division equation to find how many pencils each student would get. All right, learners, hopefully you had 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Now, I do have a question. I did mine 12 divided by 3 equals 4. I'm going to go back. Hold on one moment. I knew I had 12, and I knew that I had 3 groups. Would I have gotten the same answer if I had my 3 over here? What if I said I know I have 12 divided by, well, I don't know how many are in each group, but I know how many groups. Would I have the same numbers? Or would I have the same? It would work. It would also work the same way. Okay, learners, right now, I would like you to draw the tape diagram on your personal whiteboard and draw to share the 12 pencils equally among the 3 learners. And we already have our division equation. So right now I'd like you to pause to do this. I don't have my words up on the screen, but now's a good time to pause. Okay, I'm going to show my solution. All right, here is the finished tape diagram. I went through each one and I said I have my 3 students and 12 pencils. And every time I gave one learner a pencil. 1, 2, 3. And then I came back. 4, 5, 6. And then again. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's all of my pencils. I'm out of pencils now, so I don't have any more to sort. So this unknown, well, I've solved for it now, and I know that each learner gets 4. Let's take a look at another problem, okay? A school buys 12 boxes of pencils. Each classroom gets 3 boxes. How many classrooms get boxes of pencils? Okay, let's take a look at what we know. We know we have 12 boxes of pencils, and we've started labeling our tape diagram. 12 boxes. Each classroom gets 3 boxes. Well, learners, the information I'm missing is my number of groups. I don't know how many boxes to draw, which is why I've got this dotted line here, because I'm not sure. But how many classrooms get boxes of pencils? That's what I'm trying to find. Well, I know each of those classrooms is going to get 3 boxes, and I only have 12 to give. So look, learners, we're pretty used to seeing the question mark up here, but now we have a number. So that means our unknown is how many groups. We don't know how many groups. Okay. So let's look to solve this one. So on your board, skip count by 3s to draw more units in the tape diagram. So you're going to continue on drawing your boxes. This is what happens when we don't know how many groups. We have this incomplete box, so how will we know when to stop? Well, learners, you keep going until you're out of boxes. I know each one gets 3, so I would skip count by 3. 3, 6. I need another box because I'm not to the number 12 yet. Okay, now pause and work on it on your own whiteboard. Here we go. I'm ready to share the solution. Are you ready, learners? We know this was our unknown. We did not know how many classrooms. So I continued to sort my pencils. Well, there's one group of 3, so that's one classroom. 2 groups of 3, 3, 6, that's another classroom. 3, 6, 9, that's another classroom. So far, 1, 2, 3 classrooms. And then another group of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. Well, I've sorted all my pencil boxes. And how many boxes was I able to draw here for my classrooms? I have 4 classrooms. So now could you use this tape diagram to write and solve a division equation that represents the problem? All right, so hopefully you started with what we knew. We had 12 boxes. Divided by 3 boxes for each classroom gave us 4 classrooms. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Okay, learners, I'd like you to take a look at these tape diagrams. We're going to write division sentences to represent each diagram and label each tape diagram, including the unknown. On your whiteboards right now, I would like you to divide them down the middle, and on one side work on this tape diagram, and on this side work on this tape diagram. And learners, I will go over the solution with you in just a moment. I would encourage you to pause right now, and when you're ready, unpause, and I'll be there with the solution. Okay, I had asked you to divide your whiteboard in half to show each tape diagram on one side. So on this side, I'm going to sketch my tape diagram. And yes, it is a rough sketch. You should be able to read it, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So that's what the first one looked like. And it says write a division sentence to represent each diagram. Well, I don't really have a lot of information, do I? Well, you have more than you think. Just because it's not labeled doesn't mean it's not telling you things. So it told me I would have 15 total. I have 15 total. How many do I have in each? I have 5 in each group. Because I don't know, it's not telling me specific objects. So now I can solve, well, I'm missing something, aren't I? I know I have 5 in each group, and I know I have 15 total. What about my number of groups? How can I tell how many groups I have? You can look at these boxes. I have 1, 2, 3 groups. 3 groups. Now to write a division sentence to represent each diagram. I knew that I had 15, and this time it told me my group, so divided by 5 equals 3. All right, let's take a look at the other tape diagram. Well, this time I have this box with 3 inside. And then it's this dotted line out from it. And then at the bottom it says 15 blank. Okay, well this time, how am I going to solve? I don't know how many groups. How will I know when to stop? I know I have 3. Oh, I have 3 in each group. I know that I have 3 in each group. And I know that I have 15, that I will have 15 total. Now I just don't know how many groups I need to make 15. So let's try and solve it. So 3, 6. Here comes that skip counting we've been practicing. 9. 12 and 15. As you can see, I didn't have my bracket perfect there. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Well, learners, how many groups did I have then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 groups. So this time we had 15 total divided by 5 groups equals 3 in each group. Can you compare and contrast those tape diagrams?